Alright everyone, find me inside the Land Rover. As today, I've got all the parts for the Nuffield as stated in the last video. And you may be wondering, why am I here in this Land Rover? I'm working on the Nuffield. Well, it's now a mobile compressor unit. So now I have everything in a perfect position. We can get to the Nuffield and blow the crap out of the motor. And we've still got that there, which is we're able to get to that easy. So yeah, another thing you may remember from another video is that we're using this as the power plant. So everything that I've done that's been a will at start has or is getting used. So it's pretty good. Also keep forgetting to mention about the old Ford motor. Probably will not be doing anything on this for a long time. I don't know if I've mentioned this in another video. I don't think I have, but I will be getting my Kingswood in here to do some work to that. So this unfortunately will have to wait. Alrighty everyone, so we've got most of the block cleaned out. Everything's been compressed out with an air compressor. And I'm about to try and do a test fit on number 3. I've cleaned that out the most so far. We're just going to get a liner, we're just going to pop it in there and we're going to see how it fits. And if it slides straight in and sits on the flange nicely, we will get some washers and bolt the liner down so it's solid. And then we will measure our heights, check that it's at 3 to 6 thou, not any lower than that, not any higher. If it is lower, we'll have to shim it, and it's pretty unlikely that it'll be higher. But anyway, let's get to it. As you can see, the liner went in pretty nicely. Did need a bit of assistance to get in, like a little bit of a push, not very much, but which is good. You shouldn't have to force them in with a hammer or anything. But eventually it got in, so that's really good. Seems to sit in here quite nicely. On, ready to put the sump back on. Got all the main, or not the main, sorry, the connecting rods torqued up to 60 pounds foot. Alrighty on, sump is bolted back up, looking really nice. Now what we've got to do is take these studs off, as I said before. We're going to be putting the head gasket on. Oh, bloody hell. These little screws here I've got to take out, because these are what hold the head gasket in when it's in place. There is also a certain way the head gasket is supposed to go. So we have a very handy bit of paper here, and as I thought, we do have to put the head gasket a certain way on this tractor. So the moment I've got it set up how it should. Now we have 3 little divots in this picture here, and that's supposed to go up towards the head. As you can see, we have 1, 2 and 3 divots here. So this, how the head gasket is sitting now, is how it's supposed to go on. And then there's obviously 2 divots on this side. paper says the block face is to have 2 divots, which is what we want. So we'll just slide that on there like that. Yep. Keep getting stuck on these studs. Alright, it's on. Now, I have been recommended not to use a type of sealant. Alright, I want to put this head back on now. This thing weighs a crap ton. There we go. Alrighty everyone, now we have all the nuts run in just to 6 to 10 Newton meters. As you may have seen me using the impact there. Don't fret, was not impacting the nuts on. I used the auto shut off mode. I've done those nuts down to where they're just loose, but where they're seated. But what we'll do, well, what I plan on doing, is I was going to go 50 foot-pounds on all of them, and then I was going to go up to 75 foot-pounds on all of them, then 100 foot-pounds, which is the final torque setting. And the way I do that is that it will evenly push the head down, and it will slowly push the head down. It won't be just like boom, straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All good, we're all done. Here everybody, as you can see, we've got all of our train bolted up. I'm sorry I didn't take a video of this. I also got the inlet manifold. My dad bolted the injectors up for me. So it was a fuel filter housing. You may have seen that when I was putting the head on. But my apologies for not filming this. It's very tedious work and it needs to be done correctly, and I can't really be worrying about the camera to videotape it all. But anyway, as I said, it's all back on. It's all good. I've put a thin layer of gasket goo around the pruner. I'm going to chuck the new rocker cover gasket and the rocker cover back on, bolt it up, and then we should be good. We'll pump and we'll lube up this whole top end assembly. And the push rods. Rightio, that should be well lubed up. Just about to screw all these screws in. These are the 10 retaining screws for the rocker cover. Now with this I will have to pull all this off again, so I won't be doing everything up, as the head bolts need to be torqued when the tractor is warm and also when the tractor is hot. So you need to wait a bit to do that, and that's why everything's going to be sort of just put together enough so that it can be run, but not together enough where it impedes on me having to pull everything apart. Pumping it full of oil. 9 litres this takes. Whoops. Okay, that's been spraying out for a while. Rookie error there. Well, a couple of litres worth of oil down the drain. A couple of heartbeats missed as well, thinking there was a sump leak. The pump from here, I reckon. Alrighty everyone, that is the manifold bolted up, the rocket cover, as well as the inlet manifold which is over there, and all the injector pipes that were left over. So we're getting close. Oh, also forgot, bolted this heat shield up. We're getting close. We just got to get the fuel tank on, fill the coolant up. I've filled the oil up. Actually, I might check that now. It was on full when I last left it. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's full. Excellent. Look at that there. But yeah, no, we're getting close. It's just the electrics and the fuel tank, as well as a little bit to do with the cooling system. Then we should be able to do our first start. Oh, also I need to get some banjo bolts for these pipes. That's a pretty simple job.